Welcome back. I'm doing this video because I saw a flip of this book on coloring for my Anxiety 68's channel. It is Sacred Angels by Lydia Hess. I saw the flip and remembered I had a whip in my copy, and I was inspired to get it out, finish it, and record what I do. I have 3 Lydia Hess books. I also have Sacred Heavens and Sacred Animals. I have colored at least 6 pages in Sacred Animals. I enjoy her style very much. I'm doing the base with Belize alcohol markers. With the alternating blues, I also switch the direction of my strokes. I think it's kind of the little things that, may not seem like they would stand out. But I think that those things take your page to the next level. I am doing a voiceover on this because there was an insane amount of traffic noise. It was very loud. It was a very nice day here today. I'm in Michigan, so, after a long winter and cold, and yesterday was very yucky, everyone was out. People had their motorcycles out, and it was quite loud. And where I live, I am quite literally right on top of traffic. So doing a voiceover, some of it I did write down, so it may sound like I'm reading, because I am. I tried doing it without a script, and it just was not turning out well. So, next, I picked my grays for the moon. I was having a hard time deciding if I wanted to go with cool grays or warm grays, but I did then put my whole set up there in the camera. There it is. It's beautiful. Those are my swatches that I made. I put them on watercolor paper. Worked out quite nicely. And then put them on a ring. And I believe I decided to go with cool grays. I took out 6 of the 9 or 10 different cool grays. And then I just organically started putting them on the paper. I didn't have a plan for the moon other than doing cool grays. So there they are. I do tend to be gradient with my coloring. I'm trying to get away with that a little bit, or get away from that a little bit. It's kind of like when I was drawing house plans, that everything was symmetrical all the time. It took me a long time to get away from symmetry with drawing houses. So next, it was time for embellishments, and I knew I wanted to use my iridescent paints on this, so I picked 3 colors in my iridescent paints. Those are the U.S. Art Supplies iridescent paints. And then just put it on the moon and other, few key spots on the page. I took, 3 colors. So you can see I wasn't even being very careful. Even if I wasn't doing a time lapse, you would be able to tell that I wasn't being super careful. You can still achieve a fantastic page and not be insanely crazy about it. Those outside ones I did with a really dry brush, so there wasn't a huge amount of it on that part. The next thing I did was use my Fly C chrome paint marker to go over the main outlines and again a few other key areas. that I really wanted to have some flash. This chrome marker does live up to the hype. It is very shiny. And it doesn't look like it when you first put it on the paper, but after it dries, it is insanely shiny. So I just did mostly the main circles. In Lydia Hess artwork, there's a lot of broken lines in the outlines. They're kind of thick, which tends to work really well with alcohol markers, which is fantastic because a lot of the other books that I like to work in are two-sided, so I really don't use the alcohol markers as much as I'd like to. And when I don't practice with them as much as I'd like to, I forget how fast you have to use them, or how much they bleed, or things like that. So you can see me lifting up the book to check to see if I missed anything that I really should get. So the last thing I did was I outlined the stars in the background with a Artistro acrylic paint pen in white. So I did the outlines with that, and then I did the starbursts and extended a few of the little starburst lines that she already had there to the stars, and went around and did that throughout the whole rest of the page. Really stood out on that blue background, especially on the top in the very dark blue. And again, I wasn't being super careful. And I decided not to do the border, the very outside border. I was thinking about doing washi tape, but I didn't. Oh, I also spattered some pink, purple, and white, just to kind of give it a little extra color there, and then I signed her with a Dollar Tree gel pen. So that's it. I hope you enjoyed this. I will see you next time. Thank you for watching.